B967 tidal power。tide 係指嗰啲海浪 ，tidal power 即係用海浪嚟做嗰啲 energy。Current sea turbines which produce electricity from the tides are said to become an important source of renewable energy for Britain. It is still too early. It be 句構形容詞跟 to 搭動詞。It is too early. To 乜嘢 ？It is too easy for you to learn English. 如果後邊有 object 用 for 搭落去 ，It is easy for me to learn English. 作4句俾我。It is 形容詞 for somebody to do something. Predict the extent 程度 of the impact they may have 呢個 they 係指咩？對上一個眾數合理嘅。真正 subject 係 turbines，right？ 因為 which 後邊一個 noun clause relative clause 搭落去係講緊 turbine， 所以呢個 they 係指嗰啲 undersea turbines。But all signs are that they will play a significant role， 擔當重要角色 ，play a significant role in the future。Operating 一個 subject， 所以後邊有動詞。Operating the same principle 原則 operate 運作。As turbines, the power in sea turbines come from tidal currents 海浪嗰啲 currents，which turn blades 風扇嗰啲葉叫 blades，similar to ships' propellers 好似船嘅推動引擎一樣 ships propellers。But unlike wind, the tides are unpredictable and the power input is constant。但係個好處喺邊咧 ？predictable 同埋 constant 穩定。The technology raises the prospect 前景 of Britain becoming self-sufficient 自我供給唔需要靠人 in renewable energy and dramatically reducing 大幅減少 dramatically reducing its carbon dioxide emissions 二氧化碳排放 tide wind wave power are all developed 被動句 B 加 BP 如果所有都係被發展嘅話 Britain would be able to close gas coal nuclear power plants export new renewable energy power to other parts of Europe, unlike wind power, which Britain originally developed and then abandoned for 20 years, allowing the Dutch, 荷蘭人 the Dutch, abandon 放棄。Make a major industry， 真正 subject 好似未出喎，佢 unlike wind power， 呢 wind power 本身 originally 原本係 Britain develop， 最尾俾荷蘭人過咗 undersea turbines could become a big export earner to island nations such as Japan and New Zealand. The tidal sites 嗰啲地方 tidal sites have already been identified. Present perfect 被動句 have been identified 被識別出。We produce 1/6 1/6 and more of the UK's power and a price competitive 個價錢仲要有競爭力嘅 competitive with modern gas turbines and undercutting those of the already ailing nuclear industry 大部分都有核電㗎啦，好多國家都有核電，核電其實都好安全嘅。如果冇 catastrophe 出現嘅 ，But one site alone 一個地方唔使理佢 could produce 10% of the country's electricity with banks of turbines。banks 即係一個岸咁啦嚇，即係一連串嘅 turbines。Under the sea and other at 一個地方。Channel Island 3 times 1,200 megawatts of Britain's largest and newest nuclear plant. 地方唔需要嚟 Other sites identified include 呢個 channel and west coast of Scotland, particularly the channel between 呢個地方。Our work on designs for new turbine blades and sites are well advanced， 好先進嘅 advanced。At the university 喺個 research group。做研究嘅 group 呢間大學嘅 research group。The first station is expected 被動句 B 加 PP， 預計咧 to be installed off 嗰個地方 to test the technology in a joint venture 即係指合作嘅公司。funded by 即係由佢俾錢，邊個俾錢咧？就係由 the Department of Trade and Industry and European Union EU 歐盟同埋佢本身呢一個 department 俾錢嘅。呢個人 in charge of 呢個 research that prospects for energy。From tidal currents are far better than 非常之好喎，比起啲咩好咧 ？From wind, because the flow of water are predictable and constant。因為 wind 咧係好難去 predict 嘅，而 tidal power 係可以 predict。The technology for deal with 解處理 hostile 解好惡劣嘅意思。OK，saline environment 即係講嗰啲。有鹽分嘅環境，即係講緊海水嗰啲嘢啦。Under the sea has been developed，present perfect 被動句 has been developed。 In the North Sea oil industry, and much is already known about turbine blade design because of wind power, because of 記得跟 phrase 每一個動詞。There are a few technical difficulties. 技術上依然有幾個困難之處 but I believe in the next 5-10 years we'll be installing commercial marine turbine farms. 呢一個地方 has been rewarded £250,000 over 3 years to develop the turbines. Is working with marine current turbines. A subsidiary 一個分支 of IT Power. 一間公司有好多細公司，細公司我哋叫 subsidiary. EU research has now identified 106 potential sites for tidal power, 80% around the coast of Britain, and best sites are between islands and around heavily intended coasts, where 即係強調喺入邊 there are strong tidal currents. A marine turbine blade needs to be only 1/3 三分之一 of the size of a wind generator to produce 3 times as much power. The blades will be about 20 meters in diameter, so around 30 meters of water is required. Unlike 又比起 wind power 咯 they are unlikely 唔太可能 to be environmental objections 唔應該有反對環境上嘅反對。And fish and other creatures are thought unlikely to be at risk 即係受影響或者受好大危機嘅影響。From relatively low turning blades, and each turbine will be mounted 綁住 on a tower which we connect to a national power supply grid. 電網我哋叫 power supply grid via 通過 underwater cables 海底嘅電纜。The towers will stick out of the water and will be lit to warn shipping, and also be designed to be lifted out. 升起個被動句 be lifted out of the water for maintenance 保養 to clean seaweed from the blades. 擺咗落水嗰啲嘢好多海洋生物生長會令到佢 function 唔到，所以要間中攞出嚟洗，船底都一樣。咁我 daughter has done most work on 呢一個 sites where there are powerful currents. The single undersea turbine farm would produce 第三類動詞 would far more power than needed for Channel Islands, and most would be fed into 被動句 be fed into 被送去個電網 and be imported 再輸入去英國嗰度 via the cable under the channel. And one technical difficulty is cavitation, where low pressure 有陣時唔識個字唔緊要，佢會解俾你聽。Where low pressure behind a turbine blades cause air bubbles. Cavitation 即係話一個低壓嘅環境會令到嗰啲 blades 不停起啲 bubbles. And these can cause vibrations 震動 and damage the blades of the turbines. 咁佢咧就話 we have to 即係 must test a number of blade types to avoid this happening, at least make sure it does not damage turbines or reduce performance. 咁你轉得冇咁快又棘住，咪減少佢表現咯 reduce performance. Another slight concern 仲有一個好細嘅關注點喺邊咧，就係 submerged 即係浸咗喺水嘅意思。Debris 廢物，呢個 S 唔發音嘅，讀 debris 一啲碎片，浸咗喺水底嘅碎片係會 floating into the blades 浮走入個 blades. So far we do not know how much a problem it might be. We will have to make the turbines robust 即係活躍正常運作 robust. Because the sea is a hostile environment 好惡劣嘅環境 but all design and 音樂 that we can do it are good. 點解用因為佢講緊 sign 係跟真正動唔難讀兩段唔該。